Before you say you. They about 5 minutes.
I raise my children up to say the same shit. Dear Lord, I hope you hear my prayers, because we really, really need you down here. From all the pain that we going through, we know that you're real, so can you fall through? Father, have mercy when we call on you. But I just wanna fall on you, to show the devils you ain't nothing to play with. I raise my children up to say the same shit.
Yeah. Go ahead. Come on, West. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Look, I keep it low to the T. UPK play for keeps. Ain't shit sweet. Got soldiers on deck, and my youngin' did a sweep. This a whole nother way. Tell him get the fuck off the beach. I'm in the field with the cleats. He ain't one of us, he a breach. Nigga, come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas gon' retreat. Come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas gon' retreat. I'm in the field with the cleats. He ain't one of us, he a breach. Come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas gon' retreat. Man, this shit is too easy. I'm on gold, but they don't believe me. You know I'm winning with the team. Screaming Vinny, 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 Vij. Leave them devils screaming out bloody murder. I'm about to close the curtain. I'm on my grind, bitch, and work. Sorry, all them lies, it ain't working. Them niggas weak, they be church. I'm a West nigga, that's for certain. If he cross the line, I'ma back up and I'ma hit his ass with this virus. And I come through 300 strong, 144 Leonidas. All my niggas, we eat. I'm in this bitch with the itis. Say, all y'all do the sweet. They all do the sweet. The nigga made the wrong move, he make his ass obsolete. He ain't one of us, hit the lead. He ain't one of us, he a breach. Come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas go retreat. Go ahead. I keep it low to the T. UPK play for keeps. Ain't shit sweet. Got soldiers on deck, and my youngin' did a sweep. This a whole nother wave. Tell him get the fuck off the beach. I'm in the field with the cleats. He ain't one of us, he a breach. Nigga, come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas gon' retreat. Come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas gon' retreat. I'm in the field with the cleats. He ain't one of us, he a breach. Come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas gon' retreat.
You see this look that's on my face, bitch, I'm for real with it. I hit the streets, put on my cleats, was in the field with it. You soft as cotton, just an actor, Uncle Phil with it. And then my target's on the move, but I can still hit it. Hey, I speak true cause it's necessary. Color Jack revolutionary. Cold on them like January. Commander General is a visionary. Soul food, no sweets. Your preacher man, he's sweet. Matter of fact, he weak. It's wartime for peace. Think you hard, nigga, you ain't. Fuck with us, nigga, you can't. You smart cars, we tanks. We form up in ranks. We body bad, this rap shit. All black, no bright shit. Real life, no cap, bitch. Fall on them, that's cap shit.
I keep it low to the T. UPK play for keeps. Ain't shit sweet. Got soldiers on deck, and my youngin' did a sweep. This a whole nother wave. Tell him get the fuck off the beach. I'm in the field with the cleats. He ain't one of us, he a breach. Nigga, come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas gon' retreat. Come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas gon' retreat. I'm in the field with the cleats. He ain't one of us, he a breach. Come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas gon' retreat. Go ahead.
Let me get one of those slow motion pictures, bro. One of the slow motion pictures.
You gotta shoot at 60 frames per second.
Come on, that.
They say they wanna hear that raw shit. These niggas claiming that they bullshit. These niggas better move it caution. As if they make the wrong move it post. You see me, they like, ooh, keep on stopping. I'm on my way up and they ain't gon' stop it. They say they wanna hear that raw shit. Coming up, I'm about to boast. They see me, they like, ooh, keep on stopping. I'm on my body, real niggas right beside me. Damn right, I brought my army, going up like a rocket. Can't nobody stop me. These niggas garbage, so watch your mouth, boy. Coming all black, slithering house, call me mouth, boy. I'm off the hip like a cowboy. I'm a king, you should bow, boy. Shorty like that, man, you cut up. Nothing I can handle. 144 in the booth, going Rambo. Niggas do you dirty like a stick in a bando. That's why I play the corner like a bum with a banjo. I'ma lead by example. Woo, keep on sobbing, got this bitch off the hand. Got the juice, got the drip, about to hit the bitch with the salt. It ain't rap, it's assault. Can't taste a bitch unless you with the coke. They say they wanna hit that raw shit. These niggas claiming that they bullshit. These niggas better move and coach shit. As if they make the wrong move and coach shit.
One way, one way, one way, one way, one way.
Coming up on my I do it how a veteran be. You better than me. I'm Reggie at the edge of the key. It's all money, no honey. Think you settle and see. You locked up, fucked up, and it's back to the streets. It's One West. You can check the residency. I reside where soldiers died on the soles of their feet. Cause there's death before dishonor. Ain't no coward in me. Cause I'm cold as a bitch's shoulder. You ain't calling a week. Get the cooking on this beat. Hope you like it well done. Got them killers rolling with me and they all red rum, red rum, red rum. Got you fucking scared some. Get the banging on this beat till my fucking head numb. Black Glock, red drum, black and yellow air ones. Homie, you ain't got a vest. I suggest you wear one.
Told these niggas we was going up. They was doing a lot of talking. Now these niggas ain't saying shit.
Feeling like a legend in this shit, lil nigga, I'm past veteran. Never feeling third, lil nigga, I'm past second. Guns, I gotta have them all like Ash Ketchum. Shotty break a nigga ribs up like his wife left him. We all stepping, kill you with kindness cause I'm dead nice. That 5'7" put you 6 feet, not talking height. That judge giving out 5, what you do in life. These hands are rude GPS, a mean right. That's mean right, we build different, you know the vibes. And we something authentic, we notarized. I keep a 144 because I know a kind. Noah's Ark, you know I'm with animals when we flowing by. We back again, no cap, when I'm with cap again. Yeah, they say they want smoking, so we matching them. Everything righteous, so you know when we get back at them, you get hit up with a K, but no acronym. They say they wanna hit that raw shit. These niggas claiming that they bullshit. These niggas better move and coach shit. As if they make the wrong move and coach shit. You see me, they like, ooh, keep on stopping. I'm on my way up and they ain't gon' stop it. They say they wanna hit that raw shit. Coming up on my divorce.
The NRA wants you to believe a fantasy about our founding. There should be no regulation of firearms.
All I wanna do is run it, run it, run it, run it, run it. All I wanna do is run it. Get the money, tell her run it, run it, run it, run it, run it. Ain't no problem if you want it. All my niggas 100. All I wanna do is run it, run it, run it, run it, run it. All I wanna do is run it. Get the money, tell her run it, run it, run it, run it, run it. Ain't no problem if you want it. All my niggas 100. All I wanna do is run it. Main event, it's about to be a KO. Gotta build this nation, gotta stack a couple pesos. I'm about to paint a picture, gotta lay on. Already turned up, took a shot at Porto Leo. Shorty say I'm the realest that she saw. I'm just trying to run it like I'm running from the law. Cause you know I gotta get it for my children. UPK, bitch, we in the field. Okay, I think it's time to level up. Them niggas ain't special, bruh. Them niggas just regular. Me, I'm a heavyweight, tryna run it every state. Lot of soldiers, whole lot of rank. Watch me regulate. You know we taking route, plus we ain't playing route. If the nigga ain't got the heart, tell him stand down and put your hands down. Please, somebody call the police. It's a man down. All I wanna do is run it, run it, run it, run it, run it. All I wanna do is run it. Get the money, tell her run it, run it, run it, run it, run it. Ain't no problem if you want it. All my niggas 100. All I wanna do is run it, run it, run it, run it, run it. All I wanna do is run it. Get the money, tell her run it, run it, run it, run it, run it. Ain't no problem if you want it. All my niggas 100.
All I and west to all of these ignorant fools and dummies. Get the fuck with all of that fake shit in that front. Got a heater like it's sunny, bullets bouncing off of the drum like a punch. Pump my gas, smashing this rubber, gun sound like a stutter. You knew that the bitch a hoe and you still had to go cover. Sellouts and undercovers, don't fuck with you fag fuckers. Got shooters flanked by the double, look up, splash brothers, swoosh. Now she knowing my name while I'm stacking my change. Never package that cocaine cause I don't touch it, swoop. Most my people gone insane, but I'm focused on making change. You a brother, so nigga, I won't fuck her. Better choose wiser. This shit look like MacGyver made these new visors. True scholars with this knowledge, yeah, my crew lava. You stuck on popping collars with your new dollars. I'm just trying to separate like I got two islands.
Run it, all I wanna do is run it. Get the money, tell her run it, ain't no problem if you want it. All my niggas 100, all I wanna do is run it, all I wanna do is run it. Get the money, tell her run it, ain't no problem if you want it. All my niggas 100, all I wanna do is run it.
According to God, the white man is the devil.
See, I've been in here for a little minute. You know what I'm saying? And I see niggas, they like to talk a lot. They like to claim leadership. They like to claim this and that. You know what I'm saying? They like to be above what they really is and have authority. But they don't really need that authority. They don't really know what to do with that leadership. You understand? You hold hands with this white ass, need to stop it, ass shit. Give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up and serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Yeah. See, everybody ain't with all that peace talk. Everybody ain't with all that. Let bygone be. Boy, ass shit, stop it, ass shit. The prophets about to get serious. When they hit us with dope and kill us with crack, where the fuck with your leaders? I'm curious. He cashed out on your blood, traded you in and bought a new biz. Ask you the prophets, I tell you the scheme. If you don't wake up, you gon' die in your dreams. I tell you once, won't tell you no more. I swear these crackers try to kill us slow. Just spoke to a nigga and fed he up for parole. Because of the COVID, it feel like the host in this world that don't go together. Nowhere is gold in the ghetto. I'm in the city blazing with my niggas. Just told the devil the score never settled. Yeah, see the prophets. I'm tired of these niggas keep talking about, you know, you respect my religion, I respect your religion. Boy, your ass need to stop it, ass you the prophets. You know, like we all come together. Cause you know what I'm saying? They say God so loved the world. God so loved the world, and know boy, your ass need to stop it, ass you the prophets. Don't give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up to serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Yeah. Hey, gentlemen, y'all, we don't pray on our knees, nigga. Gotta stand up. You know what I'm saying? Boy, your ass need to stop it, ass shit. Oh, I'm with step, I'm solid for show. To the fake niggas, stay silent, I got it, let's go. I ain't taking no loss, ain't no talking when we got the flow. Ain't no peace, just pay with your own. I'ma be loyal to the right arm. Tell him we can't keep me slate. And I can never let bygone be bygone. Got your baby mother on high, got your baby pants through the fire. Ain't she the prophets? That baby soul belong to the Lord. How dare you abort it? Devil will failure, bitch, I can afford it. I prepare slaughter, you bring me my water. Push your leaders weak, let them lies slip through their teeth. Their ass need to stop it, ass she the prophets.
That's just the reality, Christians. I'm sorry to hurt your feelings. I know your pastor lied to you every Sunday for 30 years, but that's what the church is for, lying. That's why it exists, to lie the money out of your pockets.
Boy, your ass need to stop it, ass she the prophets. Give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up to serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Gotta stand up to serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga.
12 nice guys and 12 F boys. We just have to figure out who the F is who.
There's a lot of F boys to get rid of, so let's get them out of here.
Yeah. 140 yeah. Yeah.
But the Rex get to it. Ain't taking no slack, get to it. You took a loss, tried to bounce back, but you blew it. Let me show you how to do it. Undisputed, I can prove it. Prove it, whoa, we can do it. Nigga, ain't nothing to it. Ain't no cows, ain't no excuses. Let's get to it. Ay. I don't care what they talking. All I want is my Porsche. I'ma ride up clean. Look at me, I'm a false. Kill them off like a boss. Nigga, you better stop it. I'm all about my profit. I'm shooting off like a rocket. I'm about to blow these niggas out the water. He go harder, go harder. Steph Curry, fourth quarter. All I got is my niggas. All I fear is my father. All I bring is that slaughter. Bomb on the Pearl Harbor. He ain't real, he alive. If he real, who am I? Now his ass in the fire. UPK till I die. Please don't cross the line. Try to stop and stop trying. Bomb sharp as barbed wire. I'm on the grind. Let's get to it. Double time and believe. You ain't harming me, nigga. I brought a whole army of niggas. So I ain't move with precision. Follow every order given. Let's get to it. Make it on the race, get to it. Ain't taking no shit, get to it. You took a loss, try to bounce back, but you blew it. Let me show you how to do it. Undisputed, I can prove it. One war, we can do it. Nigga, ain't nothing to it. Ain't no cows, ain't no excuses. Let's get to it. You hear the truth that I'm speaking? Lot of hate for no reason. Probably don't understand. That's why I got the master plan. And all the power in my hand. And sling the shit on demand. You better watch where you stand. Just get flamed up and ain't changing up for nobody. They're warfare, what you know about it? This ain't a rap, this a message. And it will be respected. Fake niggas like a virus. Lot of niggas infected. I came to correct it. Bought a whole bunch of soldiers. They move at my discretion. When the rebels hit the entrance, all them niggas hit the exit. Them niggas get to sprinting. I demand your attention. Solid nigga, I ain't folded. Plus you know a nigga hold it. Nigga, look how I'm rolling. Shorty check my demeanor. He smooth, but I'm cleaner. Flow like Aquafina. Hit him, run the Serafina. Hold up. Yeah. I got a dilemma. I'm about to have a baby, but I still want a baby. Let's get to it. Nothing comes to a dreamer. I'm strictly getting it. I'm all about the business. Rock solid and relentless. You came to make friends. I came to make a killing. That's why I gon' kill it. Leave these niggas hurting. Antoine Fisher, nigga. Do you need a healing? I know you can hear me. I'm a vet, you a rookie. And Kanye, you a Donald Trump loving pussy. I'm a king, you a cookie. Ain't nothing you can tell me. I'm too ready. Let's get to it, nigga.
Funky Buddha Premium Hard Seltzer.
All jokes aside, you know how niggas be like, I'm this and that for life, I'm this and that for life. I'm on West for life, nigga, this a blood oath. Hey, yo, Madara, here go a class for you, my nigga. 140 for the rebel. The world turned its back on me. I'm a crippling. We got soldiers, he got soldiers, but I got different ones. Ain't no way out, I'll tell you once. Don't pray for nothing, sin and curse. We can't forgive what's forbidden. Remain in them trenches. Trust in the Lord, but please forgive me for the times that I did. If rank is given, have your respect to your apprentice. Be about your business. Disloyalties and death sentence. Look, trying to pick up with a blind field. They said there'll be many mansions. I'm just grinding for my time share. Them devils ain't playing fair. They hunt you like Van Pelt, but ain't no getting out the game like Jumanji. You take that oath, it's a Dundee. Try to deal death to a priest. You won't make it out in one piece. So you can stand. Just make sure you got the heart. Say your name 3 times, then it's death do us part. No. So how you feel about this truth I done shown you? This ain't the like you think, little nigga. I should want even your own people go disown. And the Lord said they hate you for my name, so you better keep it on. Ain't no more guessing, ain't no more questions. Make sure my election till I'm tucked away like George Jetson. Murder for capital, now it's murder at the Capitol. The world in amazement, we like fuck 'em, raise it. I pity those watching life as it go by. Be giving mercy in this life, I don't know why. In puff smoke, never try to. The dead at home, my brother be the dead, it's sold out on.
photo, salute my nigga. Salute my They like, how you stay focused? I told them I'm motivated cause of you, my nigga. Brotherhoods and weapons, still got weapons on the scene. And I never do my niggas like Bishop did Raheem. Never mind in all beliefs, they under anesthesia. Shorty say she need me, said she wanna let that love go. Told I let that love grow. But if I bring you to my bed, that's a blood oath. So, how you feel about this truth I done showed? This ain't the life you think, little nigga. I should want. Even your own people gon' disown. And the Lord said they hate you for my name, so you better keep it on. Yeah, yeah.
Clap it up. Shalom, Lord Christ. 1 second. 1 second. Get that. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Oh man, back problem. It's a lot. Alright. This is Officer Abraham, the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Started out at 1 West, Harlem, New York, 125th Street, under Commanding General Yohana. This is the home of the truth, man. And we are not affiliated with any other, fake Israelite group or any other organization. You know what I'm saying? We stand alone, man. We're not Christians. This is not the Christian church. And we here, we wake up blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians and show them, according to the scriptures, who they are. You understand? According to the scriptures, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are the lost 12 tribes of Israel. And tonight, we're going to get into a couple of topics. You know what I'm saying? The earth right now is in an uproar. By the way, this is the Thursday night scripture breakdown class. So if you have any questions, if you have any biblical questions that you want answered, you can definitely ask them in this class. Type them in the chat. I got with me Officer K out of war, holding it down, holding my, you know what I'm saying, holding my, my technical side down for me, you know what I'm saying, operating the computer for me. He gonna get into a couple of articles for me, one article in particular. If there's no questions, I'm gonna get straight into the topic. You know what I'm saying? Of course, the world is in an uproar right now because you have this track star, what's her name? Shikari, right? She after she got busted. Is it busted? Caught? You know what I'm saying? Caught for THC marijuana in her system. You know what I'm saying? She got suspended from competing in the 2021 Olympics. Now this Shikari Richardson athlete, this sister is a Judite, right? So she is busting all type of records and all killing the game when it comes to track. You know what I'm saying? If you follow the track and field, I don't follow it. I'm not up to date with it like that until around about this time till the Olympics come. You know what I'm saying? I like to see Usain Bolt and all them, they run or whatever. But this sister Sakari, she gets found with marijuana in her system, right? And she gets suspended from the 2021 Olympics. And now she's been courted by a vape company to represent that company as far as with the vape pens and basically another way to smoke. You know what I'm saying? Another way to get high, another way to escape this hellish life we living in by getting high. That's all getting high is. This all getting high is altering your state of mind so you don't have to deal with the reality of your miserable, disgusting life. You know what I'm saying? And understand something. We blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man, we are on the bottom. You know what I'm saying? Even to have to think that we have to run real fast or catch a football or bounce a ball to get out of the ghetto and get out of the poverty that we in is sick, man.
Well,
that is sick. That is us being so destroyed in the head and us being so twisted and so ground to piss in America that the only way out, some of us think, is I just gotta run real fast. Well, if I run real fast, if I jump real high, if I do the long jump, then if I entertain this earth on a professional level, then I will make it. I'll make it out the hood. I'll make it out the ghetto. I'll provide a way for my family to come out of the poverty, come out of the projects, be able to live in a nice house, not have to suffer the pains of living in the ghetto. You understand? So now, of course, this sister, Sha'Carri Richardson, is, I'm gonna have K out of War read the article, man. Read the article on how this sister is being coerced into simply breaking the Lord's law, and how she is going to be, and if she accepts this deal, she'll be the spokesperson on niggas, spicks, wetbacks, and coons getting high in the ghetto. She'll be marketed towards us, and they want to grab her. Now, before he reads, they want to grab her to be the spokesperson for smoking, and now, mind you, they didn't grab her to be the spokesperson for smoking a vape pen before she was caught with marijuana, or before marijuana was found in the system. So what do you think they're gonna be pushing when she's smoking this vape pen? They're gonna be pushing pure THC, man, which is the chemical in weed to make you get high. You have two chemicals. You have the medicinal purpose of that plant, which is CBD, which is, you know, we all know it relieves pain and all that type of deal. It fights against, they say it fights against some cancers. It has medicinal purposes, the CBD. But the THC is what gets you high. And if you light it on fire, it gets you high. That's what you're burning. That's what you're consuming when you get high, is the THC. And that's what gets you, that's what hooks you to this it now becomes a drug. You understand? When you set it on fire, it becomes a drug when you start to take it like that. You know what I'm saying? And she's now mind you, they didn't come when what's his name? Phelps, that swimming star, that white boy. Listen how this is geared towards blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. When that white boy who won all the medals in the Olympics got found with a bong in his hand, you understand? He got found with a bong in his hand. You trying to tell me he didn't test positive for marijuana in his system? Come on, man. Get out of here. He got found with a bong. You know what I'm saying? All those Caucasians, that's the first thing they want to do, light a bong, man. You understand? He got found with a bong. And he didn't get his medal stripped. He didn't get suspended from participating in the Olympics. You understand? He didn't get ostracized and demoralized because he was smoking weed. Because that's what he was doing. You understand? You know what I'm saying? Like he started giving excuses. Like when it comes to white society and their drug addiction, then it's passed upon. It's pacified. It's, oh, I'm using it because I got a heart condition. Oh, I got a rotator cuff problem. I got pain issues. Or I got ADHD. All the little simple excuses that they use to be able to get high. You understand? But soon as a sister get found with marijuana in her system, then now she gets suspended. She gets a rougher punishment than her counterpart that gets found in the same situation. You understand? I don't even think they tested him for marijuana in his system. They didn't test him for marijuana at all. You understand? Because this place is hell to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Man.
That's right.
This place is the place of our oppression, man.
Right.
And now they finna use her getting found with this THC in her system. They finna try to use it to promote her to just continue to get high. You understand? Not to better her life. You know what I'm saying? So read the article for us, brother.
This comes from blackenterprise.com.
Right.
The title is Sha'Carri Richardson being courted by a vape company with $250,000 deal to be ambassador.
And be an ambassador. An ambassador of getting high. You understand? Like how they try to make it seem so prestigious. How they make it seem so prestigious to get high for a living. Now you're an ambassador now. You're a weed ambassador. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a whole documentary on getting high and weed on the Netflix right now. About how you know it's medicinal purposes in smoking weed. How this getting high thing is, you know, so good and so great. And now N.W.O, if you could think back, did blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, as far as you can remember, right? Did they get high during the 50s? Were we known? Were we a people, you know, doing those sit-ins while they was sicking dogs on us, right? Did they say, oh, the Negroid population is just getting, we got to stop them because they get high all the time?
No, sir.
No, they did not, man. So we wasn't a nation that just got high. We didn't do drugs, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We wasn't a people that stooped so low to want to do drugs. We didn't do that, man. We didn't lower ourselves to that standard. And I'm gonna bring out the scriptures on it, man. I'm gonna bring out the scripture why it's natural for us not to be drug addicts, man. It's an innate thing in us not to be drug addicts. I'm gonna show you in these scriptures, man, where blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians was getting high in the scriptures, man, and it was looked down upon, man. It wasn't looked at as a great thing. You understand? Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yo, it's like we didn't start using drugs and getting high until we joined the other heathen.
I was coming there. No, that's damn right. Damn right. We didn't start getting high until after integration, man.
Right.
After Martin Luther King and that non-violent protest, which was a bad idea. So after this bad idea of non-violent protest, then we started getting high.
Right.
Then it started getting pushed in our communities to use drugs and to alter our state of mind to get away from our oppression. You understand? That's why we started on this downward spiral to use drugs, man. You know what I'm saying? It was that you want to bring out? If you want to bring out the rest of it, brother, keep going. Okay. Go ahead. Read the article.
Rising track and field star Sha'Carri Richardson is turning lemons into very sweet lemonade.
You see how they put it, N.W.O? Turning lemons into lemonade, man. Saying like she's taking a bad thing and turning it into a good thing. Go ahead.
TMZ reported that she was offered a lucrative deal.
Lucrative. Like, you see the words they using? Lucrative, man. And this is from what? Black Enterprise, right? You understand? This is Black Enterprise. You know how many people read Black Enterprise, man? It's are tons of us that read Black Enterprise because it's a magazine that focuses on black businesses and black people coming up out of the bad situation that we in. That's why it's called Black Enterprise. You understand? So now it's saying that she's taking this bad situation And she's making lemonade out of lemons. She's turning something very bitter into something very sweet. Now, here's the kicker about lemon into lemonade. Lemons, when it's eaten in its rare form, in that bitter form, it's the best for you.
Right.
You understand? You put lemons in water, man, and you create an alkaline, an antioxidant. You know what I'm saying? As soon as you put the sugar in there, soon as you tap it out with the sugar and make it sweet, you ruin its health purposes. Right. You turn it into something that's now unhealthy. Now it's diabetic juice. Now, you know what I'm saying? You take your lemons and you turn it into lemonades, and you turn your very healthy water into very diabetic water. You know what I'm saying? Water that can give you diabetes. You know what I'm saying? Keep going, N.W.O.
Come on. TMZ reported that she was offered a lucrative deal with a company that sells vapes.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Dabber.
Dr. who?
Dr. Dabber. A company whose main focus is cannabis.
I told you, man, they didn't really want to get her so she can promote vaping, like vape pens with all the different flavors that they got, the tobacco and all that stuff. They want her to promote vaping so she can be smoking weed, so she can vape THC. That's what they want to promote, man. That's his main focus. He just read it. Read it again. Dr.
Dabber, a company whose main focus is cannabis.
Is what?
Is cannabis.
Is what?
Is cannabis.
Is cannabis, man. That's what he's reading, man. That's what their main focus is cannabis. So why are they soliciting her services, wanting her to be the spokesperson? They want her to be the face of weed. They want her to be the face of getting high. So when our sisters is out here, getting high, smoking all the weed, guess who they got to look up to? That's Shikari doing it. She's a famous track star. You know what I'm saying? When you catch your daughter with a blunt as long as this room in her hand, sure. You understand? What's she gonna say? Well, Sakari doing it, and she famous. She successful. You understand? See the marketing tool that's being used by these oppressors to get us to get high, man. It's all it's doing is promoting us to get high. Because why? We see another nigga getting high. We see another black person getting high. Another prominent black figure getting high, so we feel we can get high too. You understand? That's what and people try to mask it and say that a prominent figure in America doing something don't promote you to do something because you got a choice. But what happened when all the rappers started coming out with songs about sipping on some scissor? Everybody started sipping on that. Everybody started making scissor. Then that was the drug of choice. You understand? And when Lil Wayne and them started talking about drinking some cough syrup and mixing that lean up in the cup, that's when all our young boys started mixing lean in. You see everybody with a double up styrofoam cup, and it didn't have water in it. Man. They wasn't drinking water out of that. Well, they was listening to this rap song and learning how to get high. Learning a new drug to get high off of, man. That's what was going down. That's what was happening, man. Trying to tell me that us doing something don't have an influence on our youth and on our people to do it the same way, man. That's why they have famous people pushing these products. That's why they have Michael Jordan in the Jordan shoes and Nike. Right. They have these spokesperson Cam Newton and all this. They have LeBron James speaking for Sprite because we love LeBron James. Black people love LeBron James. So if we see LeBron James drinking a Sprite, you think how many black people? Sprite probably That stock probably shot through the roof when LeBron James, when they got him to be their when he sponsored or when they got him the sponsorship or whatever.
Right.
That's why they paid LeBron James like $100 million. You know what I'm saying? To say he drinks Sprite, which he probably don't. You know what I'm saying? But it's geared towards us. Right. That's why they got that black face drinking Sprite. Why don't Sprite sell their own damn drink? It's good as hell. You know what I'm saying? Ain't Sprite good as hell? The last time I checked, Sprite is, you know, I mean, it's not a bad drink. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it can sell itself. Sprite in a cool can. The can with the water drips off of it running down the side, it sells itself. You don't need a black face with holding Sprite so that Sprite shows and that he's smiling and you don't need that. However, the oppressor knows that if we see us doing it, that it'll influence others of us to do it too. You understand? That's the whole purpose for this right here. That's the whole purpose for this company, Dr. Dan. Dr. Dabber. Dabber?
Dabber, D-A-B-B-E-R.
Oh, Dr. Dabber. You understand? It's funny. Dr. Dabber wants you to dab a little bit in the weed. You know what I'm saying? Let you dabble in the weed. You understand? Dr. Dabber Dr. Dabber, whoever, you know, if there is a such thing, if he's a real person, you know what I'm saying? He's not gonna come on a commercial and say smoke the weed himself. He's gonna get Sister Shikari to come in and say, look, I use Dr. Dabber vape pen, and you know what I'm saying, and promote it like that. So you can get the pure THC, man. So you can all be high. Keep going. Read a little bit more.
TMZ reported that she was offered a lucrative deal with a company that sells vapes. Dr. Dabber, a company whose main focus is cannabis and its accessories, wants Richardson to become one of their ambassadors and is willing to pay her $250,000 to do so.
Want to pay her $250,000, man. You understand? Want to pay her $250,000 to push their product. You understand? To get high for a living. That's yeah. Go check the city place. Come right now. They want to promote her. They want to use her face because she's making a straight up impact on the track and field world, man. She's making an impact on the track and field world. And all of us blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians watch track and field. We watch it so we can see them run, and we can see how black people, you know, run and beat everybody, and you know what I'm saying? How we run fast and jump high. You know what I'm saying? We love to watch that. So now, if she can get this sponsorship, if they can make her the spokesperson for this vape pen or this vape company, then the company's specialty is cannabis. So it's not selling you a vape pen so you can go just, you know, vape anything. It's selling you the vape pen so you can get high, so you can vape cannabis. You understand? That's the whole point. You understand? Keep going.
The country came to know Richardson after her blazing performance.
The country what?
Came to know Richardson.
The company what? The country?
The country came to know Richardson after her blazing.
After her what?
Her blazing.
After her what?
Her blazing. Performance.
Listen to the verbiage, man. Listen to that verbiage, man. You know what I'm saying? After her blazing performance. You know what I'm saying? They could have said after her amazing performance. They could have said after her lightning performance. They could have said after her outstanding performance. You know what I'm saying? Why they had to use blazing? I mean, it might just be a coincidence, but you know what I'm saying? I wasn't always in the truth. I know the terminology, man. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
The country came to know Richardson after her blazing performance in this year's Olympic trials, where she breezed past the other competitors with the fierceness of Flo Jo, and without her hair, nails, or eyelashes out of place. The country came to love her after her victory was struck from the record and she was disqualified from this year's Olympics for a positive drug test that showed marijuana in her system. Nike, her sponsor, celebrities, and even politicians such as Alexandra Ocasio-Cortez came to her defense, as she used the drug in a state where doing so is legal and cannabis is not shown to have any performance-enhancing effect.
It's a lie. Okay? And now she's being defended because cannabis is not illegal where she's at, right?
Right.
Okay. So now with that being said, the country come to know her for her performance, right? So now why is it important for this company, Dr. Dabber, to use her as a spokesperson? Because the country's she's known, and she became known because of her performance at where?
At this year's Olympic trial.
At their trials. So she's a what they call a breakout star. You understand? She just popped on the scene. You know what I'm saying? She didn't just pop on the scene, but of course with this outstanding performance that she did in the trials, like now she's getting worldwide notoriety now. You understand? Because I didn't know her before this. You understand? I didn't know of her before this. She wasn't a household name before this. And now I'm pretty sure that, her team was drumming her up like, yo, you go to these trials and you do this thing in these trials, which we know you gonna do, you gonna be a household name, man. Everybody gonna know you. You know what I'm saying? And that's why Dr. Dabber is so interested in her, because everybody knows her. She has the influence of everybody. You see what I'm saying? She can influence so many people. You understand? And that's what's making her so valuable to them, because she can influence so many people. She can influence all of these people to now go get Dr. Dabber products. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like if she agrees to this sponsorship, you never know. The commercial may say, run fast like Shikari, use Dr. Dabber. You know what I'm saying? Like they may put the commercial as though she's running fast because of his product. And what that's gonna make everybody go do. It's with the intent that it's gonna force or make everybody go and buy Dr. Dabber products. And that's straight up THC. It's straight up getting high. You understand? Now, we're going to pull a couple of scriptures out on it. And now, I'm going to go back to the topic where we was on last week, man. Which this ties right into it, about the characteristics of the Most High. The characteristics of Christ and the Most High, man. Because number one, Christ didn't get high. Right. Christ didn't promote us getting high to escape reality. And that's what happens when you have a race of people that's destroyed, and then you present them with a way out, which is supposedly drugs. It's supposed to be a way out. And it presents them with an escape from reality, man. You understand? So go to Proverbs 16 and 27.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 16 and verse 27. An ungodly man diggeth up evil.
An ungodly man diggeth up evil, man. That's self-explanatory, right? Because every evil, every drug on the planet comes from the ground.
Wow.
You understand? Cocaine comes from the poppy seed, which is a plant. You understand? Heroin comes from the poppy seed too, right? I don't quite know. You understand? But that comes from a plant as well. Crack comes from the same cocaine. It comes from the poppy seed. You know what I'm saying? Tobacco, it comes from a plant.
Wow.
An ungodly man diggeth up evil. Go ahead.
And in his lips there is a burning fire.
There what?
And in his lips there is there is as a burning fire.
There in his lips there is as a burning fire. Meaning it's something like a burning fire in his lips. And it's comparing it to light because it's not an actual flame. However, if you take anything that's on fire that you smoking and you throw it amongst like there's been whole forest fires started off of a cigarette butt, off of a lit cigarette. You understand? Because it's as a burning fire. You understand? That as a burning fire turns into a flame, given the right situation. You understand? Because in his lips is as a burning fire. That cigarette is in your lips as a burning fire, man. And that's an ungodly thing, man. That's a very ungodly thing. And Solomon knew about that. That's why he wrote it in Proverbs, man. That's what an ungodly man does. That's what Dr. Dabber is doing. Getting everybody to get high and smoke and vape. And even with vaping, right? They say vaping is not smoking. But I used to work for Reynolds, man. I know how vaping works. You know what I'm saying? What it does, it's a filament in the vape, whatever it is. If it's a vape pen, if it's a whatever it is, it's a filament in it. And when you draw on the stem, you have to press a button. That button connects two connectors. It makes this filament get very hot. The filament gets so hot that it evaporates liquid that's either flowing over top of it or through it, and that's where you get the smoke. That's where you get the vapor that comes from it. That's why they call it vape. You know what I'm saying? That's why they call it vaping. You're either vaporizing oil, or you're either running water on the top of something like a tobacco or some other plant or some other thing that's mixing into those vapors to smoke it, to inhale it. You understand? That's how vapors work. You understand? That's how vaping works. And within that, it's still a fire. It's still because you cannot touch the filament. The filament is inside the pen or whatever it is, the apparatus. And if you touch it, you will definitely feel its effects. You cannot grab it and hold it. It is a filament and it's hot. It's very hot. It's so hot that it vaporizes oil, it vaporizes water, and turns it into vapors right instantly. You understand? So you can inhale it instantly. And that's how a vape pen works. That's how any type of vaping apparatus works. There's a filament on the inside that gets very, very hot. You understand? So even though you may not see it, it's still in your lips as a burning fire. Because if that filament was exposed and it drops and hits the ground, it will burn whatever's around it. And given it, like these hot days, if it drops on the ground around some dry leaves, You got a forest fire. You got one of those forest fires like in California that's burning right now, out of control right now. Those wild forest fires. That's what you will have. You understand? So drop that. Go to Ezekiel 8 and 17. Ezekiel 8 and 17.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 8, verse 17. Then he said unto me, hast thou seen this, O son of man?
So now this is the Most High talking to Ezekiel, giving, you know, this is the Most High speaking through his angel, saying, asking Ezekiel, has he seen this, O son of man? Like back then, this is slang in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? Just like we say, man, you seen this? You seen this, man? You know what I'm saying? So the angel said, hey, man, you seen this? Go ahead.
Is it a light thing to the house of Judah?
Is it a light thing? Meaning, is it something that don't mean nothing to y'all? Is it something that's very light? Is not taken serious?
Right.
You understand? And when you smoking weed, you really don't really take it serious. You don't really take people that smoke weed don't really think they smoking. They don't really think they smoking weed. They don't really think they're smoking. They say, oh man, this ain't nothing but weed. It ain't like I'm smoking cigarettes. It ain't like I'm smoking tobacco. That's worse. Nigga, you smoking. You know what I'm saying? You rolling it up in a tobacco leaf. If you rolling blunts, you rolling it up in a tobacco leaf. You understand? You're smoking tobacco. If you rolling it up in papers, then that's worse. Because I mean that's just like you rolling it up in a leaf. You might as well be rolling it up. You smoking. You're smoking. Stop making excuses for you getting high, because you're getting high and you're smoking. Whether you're smoking cigarettes, it's just as bad as you're smoking weed. It's all smoking. And this scripture is the angel of the Most High is asking Ezekiel, why have you seen these people taking this thing so lightly? You seen them not even taking it serious? See what they doing? Hey man, have you seen this? Go ahead.
Is it a light thing to the house of Judah that they commit the abominations which they commit here?
So they're committing an abomination. Go ahead.
For they have filled the land with violence.
They have filled the land with violence. Go ahead.
And have returned to provoke me to anger.
They filled that land with violence, and they done provoked the Most High to anger. Go ahead.
And lo.
And go ahead.
They put the branch to their nose.
They put the branch to their nose. Now, when has it ever been a sin and an abomination, and you provoking the Lord to wrath to go and go out to one of these trees and smell the trees? If you smell the right tree, like a dogwood tree, it has a certain smell to it. Some people like the smell of dogwood trees. You trying to tell me that's an abomination? It means that? No, it does not mean that. However, to a pothead, and he understand, to a pothead knows exactly what you're talking about when you put that tree to your nose. Well, when you put that branch to your nose. When you get it and it looks like a bunch of little small branches. You understand? When you pull it out the bag, and the first thing you do is, I gotta test this, right? I gotta test this to see if the potency is right. You understand? They was doing it back then, man. This ain't nothing new. Ain't nothing new under the sun, man. Well, this always been happening. You understand? You think that the Lord it's a new thing that we doing in the 1900s and 2000s, that we getting high smoking weed. You think that's a new thing? Come on, get out of here, man. Get out of here. You ain't doing nothing that your forefathers before you was doing. Their same abomination, put the branch to their nose, and in the lips is as a burning fire, man. You putting the branch to your nose, and then you rolling it up and lighting it. You understand? Read it again from the top, brother.
Come, it's the book of Ezekiel, chapter 8, and verse 17. Then he said unto me, Hast thou seen this, O son of man? Is it a light thing to the house of Judah that they commit the abominations which they commit here? For they have filled the land with violence, and have returned to provoke me to anger. And lo, they put the branch to their nose.
They put the branch to their nose. Is there any more?
Verse 18. Therefore will I also deal in fury.
Therefore what?
Will I also deal in fury.
Man, that's your punishment, man. The Lord is going to deal with you in fury, man. You understand? You cannot smoke weed. You cannot smoke tobacco. You cannot smoke, period. You understand? You cannot get high. You understand? You cannot, man. That's one thing that separates us from these other nations is our moral code, man. And without this moral code, we just like any other nation that's walking around here doing whatever the hell they want to do. Well, if you black, Hispanic, a native Indian, man, you are the descendant of the lost 12 tribes of Israel. That's right. And you cannot do whatever the hell you want to do. You understand? You cannot. That's the thing that blacks, Hispanics, and native Indians don't want to accept, man. Like, you cannot do whatever the hell you want to do. You can't. Face it. Like this you only live once. These mottos that this earth is living up under, man, that shouldn't be your mantra, man. Wow. That shouldn't be the same thing you live up under. Wow. Because you have a different power. You have a different authority up over you, man. You understand? And you can't do like, as you please. You have to do according to what the Most High tells us to do, man. Well, go ahead with verse 18.
Therefore will I also deal in fury. Mine eyes shall not spare, neither will I have pity. And though they cry in my ears with a loud voice, yet will I not hear them.
Right. You understand? The Lord ain't gonna hear you when you try to cry and seek mercy from him, man. He ain't gonna hear you. Because you got the prophets telling you, don't get high. Wow. You got the ISUPK on every street corner in America telling you, stop smoking weed, stop smoking cigarettes, stop getting high, stop smoking crack. Don't do that. We need to live better. We need to not get high. We need to not join into the sins of America, that we not suffer the plagues of America, man. Wow. You understand? We keep having it. We keep having it relayed to us over and over and over again, man. But it's up to us to listen. You understand? To hearken to these priests and prophets of the Lord, man. That's right. If not, the Lord is going to deal with you in fury, man. You understand? The Lord. Now on the flip side, why couldn't she just not smoke weed? Why is it that she has to this sister Sakari, why does she have to even think about taking this endorsement from this Dr. Dabber? Like, she could just stop smoking weed. She could say, that's my wake-up call. I was running, doing this track thing, trying to, get my family out of poverty. It was our way out of, it was my career, and now my career is at jeopardy. I'm gonna stop smoking this weed, and I'm gonna get right, and then if I'm suspended from this Olympics, then I'm gonna come back next Olympics, and I'm gonna blaze it up. I'm gonna run it. I'm gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? She could do that. You know what I'm saying? Go to Ephesians 3:1. She could say that. She could say, you know what? I welcome the task to it's gonna be hard because I've been smoking weed all this time, but I rather suffer the tribulation or however hard it is to quit, I'd rather suffer through that than for my career to be taken away from me. You know what I'm saying? For me to be labeled as because you know what they're gonna start to do. They're gonna start to label her as the get high queen. She gonna start to be known not for because FloJo, Jackie Jordan Kersey, she didn't get high, and not that we seen in public. You understand? She made sure that her image was not tainted. You understand? They was comparing Sha'Carri to her. You understand? And she was a you know, in America's eyes, she was an upstanding citizen. And she did not, you know, she did not get high, get caught using drugs or steroids or anything like that. But if this Sha'Carri girl doesn't get clean and come back and get off and stop getting high, she's gonna be known as the get high track star. Every time she goes somewhere and go to a function, they're gonna be labeling her as, you know, the weed queen. You're gonna see all the nicknames and the bywords that come with her. They're gonna forget all about the record she broke. They're gonna forget all about how fast she runs. They're gonna forget all about how good she doing, and they're gonna immediately start to berate the sister. They're gonna immediately start to embarrass her. And she's gonna be so embarrassed behind just, you know, thinking that she's gonna turn her lemon into lemonade. She's gonna wish that she never had accepted any type of deal to, you know, to try to be a spokesperson for some kind of cannabis company. You know what I'm saying? You got that, brother?
Come.
Ephesians chapter 3, verse 1. Go ahead.
This is the book of Ephesians, chapter 3, and verse 1. For this cause, I, Paul, the prisoner of Jesus Christ.
Paul said he was a prisoner of Christ, man. Meaning Christ had Paul under his authority, man. Under his subjection. You understand? If Christ told Paul to go to the left, Paul went to the left. If Christ told Paul to go forward, he went forward. You understand? Just like in prison today. The prisoners in America's prison, they tell you when to eat, they tell you when to sleep, they tell you when to take a shower, they control your movements. That's what Paul said he was a prisoner of Christ. Meaning Christ controlled what he did. You understand? Go ahead.
For this, I, Paul, the prisoner of Yahushua Mashiach, for you Gentiles. Verse 2, if ye have heard of the dispensation of the grace of the Most High.
Meaning, Paul was saying, if you heard that there's a time period of grace, meaning a time period, a dispensation, meaning a period of grace, a time that you got to get it together. If you heard of that, go ahead.
Which is given me to you, war.
Given me to you what?
War.
Spell that.
To you, war. So TOYOUWARD.
Given to Ward. Yeah. Which is given to me, to you, Ward.
Written with.
Salaki. Okay, it's basically it's given to Paul. That's toward. You know, the word toward today. So it's given to Paul toward them. You understand? Paul is giving them a message. This is the letter that Paul is writing to the school in Ephesus. You understand? This is one of the letters that Paul wrote to the 7 churches. You understand? So Paul had this is the letter that was wrote to the school or the church in Ephesus. You understand? That's why it's Ephesians, because it was written to the church in Ephesia or Ephesus. You know what I'm saying? That was the city. So Paul is saying You know, he was given a time period, and if you heard about this time period that was given to him, he's giving it to them. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Verse 3, how that by revelation he made known unto me the mystery, as I wrote afore in few words. Verse 4.
He's saying, you know, the Most High revealed these things to him, revealed certain things to him that he should give to them. Go ahead.
Whereby, when ye read, ye may understand my knowledge in the mystery of Christ.
Right. So the Most High revealed these things to him. He gonna give it to them so they can understand the mysteries of Christ. You understand? Mysteries that were taught to him. You understand? The same way that we do in the Israelite school of UPK, brothers above us teach us. Then we go teach other brothers. And it trickles down, on, it keeps on going. You understand? Go ahead.
Verse 5, which in other ages was not made known unto the sons of men.
Which in other ages was not known. You understand? In other times past, you understand? Only the prophets, only the priests knew this. You understand? Knew certain only the prophets like Samuel knew certain things according to the mysteries of the scriptures, the mysteries of the Most High's word. You understand? That was known to the prophets back then during that certain time. But now Paul is teaching all the brothers. Paul is teaching those brothers the same thing he's been taught. The grace that he's been given, he is now extended to them. They have a time to learn. They have a time to read his letters and to learn the mysteries of Christ like he was taught the mysteries. You understand? Go ahead.
Come. As it is now revealed unto his holy apostles and prophets by the Spirit.
Not just like it's revealed to his holy prophets, to the brothers that's in this school, to the ones that's learning. Not just to a few, but to all the brothers that's learning in this school. That's who's Paul talking to. Go ahead.
Verse 6, that the Gentiles should be fellow heirs and of the same body, and partakers of his promise in Christ by the gospel.
Meaning Paul was saying to the brothers, to the Jews that's in Ephesus, which were considered Gentiles, to the brothers that were in Jerusalem, because they didn't grow up in Jerusalem. So they were considered Gentiles. They was living in another nation, being like the people in Ephesus. But Paul now was teaching them how to come back to their heritage, just like we are teaching the brothers and sisters here in America how to come back to our heritage.
Well,
you understand? How to come back to our laws, statutes, and commandments. Come back to our power. Go ahead.
Verse 7. Whereof I was made a minister, according to the gift of the grace of the Most High, given unto me by the effectual working of his power. Verse 8. Unto me, who am less than the least of all saints, is this grace given, that I should preach among the Gentiles the unsearchable riches of Christ.
So now, Salaki, that might have been the wrong one, brother. That might have been, but it's good that we got the breakdown on that, Salaki. It's 1 Peter 3:14. Yeah, that's it. Salaki. What I was bringing out is like I said, the sister could just quit smoking. She would have to suffer the drawbacks, because with any drug, when you self-medicating, there is withdrawals. There's that urge to want to use the drug again. But that's a suffering for yourself, and you should want that. We should not be so quick to end our suffering to make our own lives better.
Right.
You understand? To make our own personal lives better, for us, ourselves. We should stop thinking about just ourselves. You understand? It's just like where we grow up in impoverished neighborhoods. Well, you have impoverished neighborhoods and you have few resources in those neighborhoods. Well, you should see the amount of selling out on one another that we do inside of those neighborhoods just to get those few resources that the oppressor gives out. Take child support, for instance. The mother, just to get those couple of little child support payments, that mother becomes an enemy to the one that she said that she loved. That man that she laid down with, oh, I love you. Oh, you know, he Kenny. I love him so much. When the mama said, don't you mess around with Kenny. You know it ain't gonna last. She said, I'm gonna be with Kenny. I'm gonna be with him forever. She have a baby with Kenny. They break up, and then she put Kenny on child support just to get that little payment. Now they at odds with one another. You understand? Now they hate each other. Now she created an enemy with the same one that she said she loved. The same one she said that, you know, through thick and thin, she gonna be there for. But because she want that little payment from the government, she sell out on Kenny. Well, he ain't doing that no way. Well, that's the one you chose.
What?
That's the one you chose.
What?
So when he don't do what you want him to do, point the finger at yourself. Say, oh man, that's my mistake. Now I gotta suffer the consequences for my mistake. The problem is we don't want to suffer any consequences at all. We don't want to suffer nothing. We want to make mistakes. That's just like with the abortion clinic. Right. We want to be a hoe, make mistakes on who to have sex with, and then, oh, now we're pregnant. Oh, nah, I don't want the baby now, but I want to be a hoe. So then you go to the abortion clinic, abort the baby. Oh, I want to sell the drugs and get all the money from the drug dealing. Oh, but I'm not supposed to get caught and go to jail. Huh? You're not supposed to suffer. Why don't you not sell the drugs and just be poor? Right. Why don't you not sell the drugs and not think about getting out of your impoverished state? But that's not what blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians do. We won't suffer for each other, man. Right. We won't say, well, nah, I ain't gonna sell these drugs and try to get my and bring a bad name on my family and bring the cops into my mother's home. I ain't gonna sell these drugs. I ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna be a criminal. I just suffer and be hungry. Why don't you just, instead of eating pork, why don't you just be hungry? Why don't you just go hungry? Why don't you just do that? Go ahead and read, brother.
Come. There's a book of 1 Peter, chapter 3, and verse 14. But, and if ye suffer for righteousness' sake, happy are ye.
Happy are ye if you suffering for righteousness' sake, man. To be righteous, oh, that's a good suffering, man.
Wow.
You understand? If you know, well, I ain't eat pork, crab, shrimp, and lobster because the Lord said not to do it. Yeah, I'm hungry, but I ain't seen it. That's a righteous man. That's a righteous person, man. Wow. And that's the suffering. That's the suffering that brings you great reward. Go ahead.
And be not afraid of their terror.
And what?
And be not afraid of their terror.
And be not afraid of their terror, man. You understand? Be not afraid of their terror. Like we get out on these street corners every weekend and we call the white man the devil that the Bible speaks of.
That's
we
right.
call our oppressor the devil the Bible speaks of.
That's right.
We're not afraid of their terror, man. We're not afraid of that. You understand? Because we understand to be taken out, to be called home doing the work of the Lord, that is a righteous thing.
Wow.
That's to suffer for righteousness' sake, man. And we'll gladly accept that over being a sellout, selling out our people like a Jesse Jackson and Al Sharpton and Creflo Dollar and T.D. Snakes and all those other crooked, twisted politicians, man, that sell our people out. We rather suffer for the name's sake of Christ, man.
Right.
Go ahead.
Neither be troubled. Verse 15. But sanctify the Most High power in your hearts.
Meaning, keep the Most High separate. Keep the Most High in your heart, man. Keep the Most High in your mind. You understand? Know why you doing this. We know why we do this, man. We building a kingdom here in the ISUPK, man.
Right.
We building up blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man. We bringing our nation back together. We know why we doing this, man. Go ahead.
And be ready always to give an answer to every man that asketh you a reason of the hope that is in you with meekness and fear.
Be ready to give an answer, man. You understand? Anytime somebody asks you, well, why you don't eat pork crab? Why you don't do that? Why you live your life like that? Why you wear them fringes on your pants? Why you say the oppressor is the devil? You understand? Always be ready to give them an answer, man. Don't cower in your readiness to defend this truth, man.
Well,
you understand? Don't be that person that professes to be Christ-like, and then when it's time for you to be tested and to be called on it, you back down. You go ahead and eat the pork. You go ahead and go to church. You understand? You go to the church service because you don't want your mama. You don't want your mama saying, well, you know, I don't want to hear her mouth. So let me go ahead and go to the church service, man. Let me go ahead and show up for the Easter Sunday service, man. You know what I'm saying? And I know I ain't supposed to be eating this pork, man, but I really don't want to hear her mouth, man. Every time she had a Sunday dinner, man, she always got these pork chops over here, and then she be saying why I don't eat the pork. So let me, okay, just put one rib on my plate, man. Just put it on there. Always be ready to give an answer, man. When they ask you a reason of the hope that is in you with meekness and fear. The hope that's within us is that Christ is coming back, man.
Wow.
Christ is coming back with those 200 million angels, and he's going to avenge blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians for the crimes that's been committed against them by the oppressor, man. That's the hope. That's the hope we got right there, man. That's enough.
Wow.
You understand? Keep going.
Verse 16. Having a good conscience.
Having a good conscience, man. Meaning having a conscience that you know that you following the law, statutes, and commandments. Having a conscience where you ain't gotta say, I follow the law, statutes, and commandments, but I eat pork every now and then or I eat pork when I come over my mama's house, so I don't have to hear her mouth. You know what I'm saying? I go to the Sunday morning church, go to church meeting because I don't want to hear, my dad is a minister, and I don't want to hear him, talk about this and that and the third. I really don't want to hear his mouth, so I just go to church. I celebrate Christmas anyway because, I really don't want to hear my wife's mouth, man. Her mouth, she just gotta, she be getting on my nerves with all that mouth she got, man. I just go ahead and just put up the tree and just say, look, man, forget about it, man. You know what I'm saying? Just go ahead and do it, and then she won't give me all that lip. Nah, man, have a good conscience, man.
Wow.
Go ahead.
That whereas they speak evil of you, as of evildoers, they may be ashamed that falsely accuse your good conversation in Christ.
Meaning they speak evil of you. How do they speak evil of the UPK? Oh, we a cult, right? You know what I'm saying? We a cult. They speak evil of us. They speak evil of us like we evildoers. But what's evil about not eating pork?
Right.
What's evil about not smoking weed?
Right.
What's evil about not celebrating the holidays of heathens and making them rich? Right. What's so evil about doing what's in this Bible?
Right.
That's evil. So now us following the Bible is evil now, right? Yeah, man. Look here. They are speaking evil of us as evildoers. But when it turns out that they are false accusers, man. It turns out that they are falsely accusers of your good conversation. Of your conversation, your good conversation of Christ. Meaning your law-abiding conversation saying, well, nah, Christ followed the law.
Right.
Christ didn't break the law, so you could go break it. Christ didn't say, Christ didn't say don't break the law so you could go break it. Christ didn't die on the cross so you could break the law. Christ didn't say the one that break the law and teach men to do so shall be least in the kingdom so you could break the law. You understand? That's your good conversation in Christ. Keep going.
Verse 17. For it is better if the will of the Most High be so that ye suffer for well doing.
Say that again.
For it is better if the will of the Most High be so that ye suffer for well doing.
Say it one more time, K.I.O.
Come. For it is better if the will of the Most High be so that ye suffer for well doing than for evil doing.
That's what you got. That's what you got to know, man. It's better for you to suffer for well doing, man. Like we in the ISUPK, we know we gotta suffer. We bring it on, man. We welcome the suffering.
That's
man.
right.
You understand? Because we know to live is Christ. Christ had to suffer when he lived, man. And if we get called home, that's our gain, man. That's how we gain. That's how we gain. You know what I'm saying? That's how we get our retribution, man. You understand? That's how we now get to leave this earth of suffering, and we get to go be with our brothers in those chariots, man.
Whoa.
You understand? If we get taken home before Christ come back, we know that it's in death. We get to go be with our brothers, man. We get to go be with Christ. We get to be with Christ in them chariots, man. You know what I'm saying? So for the last 30 minutes of class, we're gonna go back. We're gonna go back and pick up where we left off last week. You know what I'm saying? With continuing with the characteristics of the Most High, and this leads right into the characteristics of the Most High, because you understand go to Daniel 7 and 9.
This is the book of Daniel, chapter 7 and verse 9. I beheld till the thrones were cast down, and the Ancient of Days did sit.
Let me show you something about the Most High and suffering, man. Go ahead.
Whose garment was white as snow.
It said the Most High's garment was white as snow, man. You understand? This is the Most High. This is the Ancient of Days, which is the Most High power in heaven, Yahweh. In the Hebrew, he had a when the prophet Daniel saw a vision, saw the Most High sitting on the throne, he saw him and saw him in a white garment down to his foot. You understand? Go ahead.
And the hair of his head like the pure wool.
And he had white hair on his head. He had gray white hair on his hair, like the pure wool. Like his hair was so gray that it was white, like pure wool. Like you see a clean sheet. Like you just imagine. The only way I can describe it to you is a sheet that you might see on a cartoon, where their coat is just so gray that it's white. You know what I'm saying? His hair was like the pure wool. So that's the Most High's hair on his head was white like the pure wool. Go ahead. Not stringy, not stringy, wavy like they put on all the pictures. You understand? Wool is bushy.
Right.
You understand? When you look at a sheep, if you look at a sheep and look at that wool, it is nappy. It's bushy, man. It's like a full-out afro. It look like a sheep with an afro around it. You know what I'm saying? So that's the Most High's hair, man. It's not in no wavy locks. If you want to get a good description of it, his hair was like the pure wool. And if you know what wool looks like on a lamb or a sheep, then you know how the Most High hair looked on his head, like the pure wool. Go ahead.
His throne was like the fiery flame.
Now we get into the suffering, man. You know why you have to suffer as a child of the Most High? Because your father suffers, man.
Right.
Your father sits on a throne made of fire. And that's gangster, man. That's uncomfortable as hell. The Most High is not a cat that's like comfortability. He's not sitting on his throne in a lazy boy.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? He's not on his throne in a lazy boy. His throne, his chair that he's sitting in is made of fire. It's made of fiery flame. Read it again, N.W.O.
It's like from the top.
Not from that line that describes the throne.
Come. His throne was like the fiery flame.
His throne is like the fiery flame, man. Meaning he got a chair and it's on fire. Go ahead.
And his wheels as burning fire.
And his wheels, the wheels on his throne is fire as well. You understand? Keep going.
Verse 10, a fiery stream issued and came forth from before him.
A fiery stream, it's fire all around the Most High. You understand? Like even staying before him, a fire is very uncomfortable. You burning and the Lord is not a power of comfortability, man. You know, he's not somebody that's going. They try to this earth try to make the Lord seem like he's just so with comfortability. Like you just gonna see the Lord and you're gonna just be resting in a cloud, just sitting on a cloud of softness and hugs and giggles. You know what I'm saying? That's how they present the Lord to you. They don't present the Lord to you like fire coming out and his throne made of fire and fire going before him and his wheels made of fire. They don't present that to you because they don't know the Lord, man.
Right.
People in this earth, except outside the UPK, don't know the Lord.
Right.
They don't know that the Lord is not a power that is all about comfortability, man. He's about being uncomfortable. He's about making you suffer, man. You understand? This is a man of war. That's why Exodus 15:3 says the Lord is a man of war. So day in and day out, all the Lord is about is war, man. The Lord is about war. The Lord ain't about no hugs and kisses and soft candies and soft clouds to whisk you away on. The Lord is about a fight, man.
Wow.
That's why we brothers in the UPK, we ultra aggressive, man. Ultra masculine, man, because we warriors in here. Because that's the spirit of the Lord, man. That's the spirit of Christ. Christ had a warrior spirit, man. And we're going to get into it too, man. You understand? Keep going. Finish that verse out.
Thousands ministered unto him.
Thousands, man. What's 1,000?
A million.
That's right. That's right. 1,000, man. A million ministered unto him. Go ahead.
And 10,000 times 10,000 stood before him.
And 10,000 times 10,000 stood before him. What's that, 100 million?
100,000.
100,000. N.W.O, you is good for these numbers, brothers. N.W.O got hidden talents, man. I mean, man, you shock me every day, brother. You know what I'm saying? With the PC, with the media, man. Yeah, hey, look, this Chaotic Wars is stand up, brother. He's spitting the numbers out at me like a coder over here. You know what I'm saying? So the Most High power. That's what's going on around the Most High's throne. He got 100 million, around him, serving him. Ministering unto him is serving him. It's not ministering unto him like the Christian church, like I'm a minister unto you, where I come and be like, all that wicked, stupid mumbo jumbo they be talking about. They don't even know what the word means. Meaning he has 1 million servants serving him. You understand? Then he got what did we say? 100,000?
Yeah.
100,000 before him, like just before his throne. Go ahead.
The judgment was set. And the books were open.
The judgment is set and the books was open, man. Like the punishment that the Lord gives out is set and the books was open, man. You understand? And he opened a book and he said, okay, that's what's going on. And records are kept. Records are kept. And matter of fact, he's not opening the book. Somebody opening a book for him. You understand? The Most High ain't doing no work. You understand? The book is open and it's read out, the judgments. So now drop that. Salakia, go to John 18 and 36. John 18 and 36. I'm gonna give you a little bit of what Christ said, man. A little bit of what Christ said, which is heavy. You know what I'm saying? Christ said some heavy things. Christ said some real heavy things that if the Christian church brought out the heavy stuff that Christ said and really told the truth, then everybody would know that Christ was not a soft boy.
Right.
Christ was not a man that was not to be feared. When Christ stepped in the room, everybody should fear Christ. Like Christ was that, he was gangster because his father was gangster.
Whoa.
You understand? And I'm gonna show you how gangster he was. Show you how gangster Christ was, man. So read it when you got it.
It's the book of John, chapter 18 and verse 36. Yahweh shall answer.
So skip a verse above it.
Verse 35. Pilate answered, am I a Jew? Thine own nation and the chief priests have delivered thee unto me.
So now it was customary for Jews and during this time, Rome occupied Jerusalem, just like Israel is occupying Palestine. Meaning, if the Palestinians, the Israelis are the authorities over that area. So you got Palestinians living in Palestine, but the Israelis are occupying that area and enforcing the law. So that's where Christ is living during this time, and where the Romans are in Jerusalem enforcing the law, enforcing their authority. Salakia, enforcing their power over the Jews in Jerusalem. And now, if you know anything about this time, also when during this time, if there was any disputes among the Jews was able to settle their disputes among themselves because they lived according to the law, the book of Moses, the laws of Moses. That's how they supposedly lived. So they settled their disputes according to the law of Moses. Now, of course, the scribes and Sadducees were not living. They was telling people about the law of Moses, but not living the law of Moses, because the scripture says, you know, they were saying one thing, but behind the tree they was eating pork. You know, you remember that scripture where it says behind the tree they was eating pork? We're going to hold on 1 second. I'm going to pull it for you. Meaning that in secret they was in secret they were breaking the law. You know what I'm saying? So lucky. Okay, go to Isaiah 66 and 17. Hold your finger right there. Go to Isaiah 66 and 17.
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 66 and verse 17. They that sanctify themselves and purify themselves in the gardens behind one tree in the midst, eating swine's flesh.
You understand that those people that in Isaiah seen them do it, and it carried over to they were still doing it in the time of Christ, where they would say do one thing and they would do another. Even Christ said, do as they say and not as they do. You see what I'm saying? They would tell different people about, you know what I'm saying, the laws and statutes and how to follow the law, but they wasn't following the law themselves. And that's why when Christ said, he without sin cast the first stone. That's who caught her. That's who caught that sister committing adultery. Was the priest, was the scribes and Sadducees, was the priest. They brought her to be stoned. That's the only ones that had the authority that could bring a person to be stoned. And they brought her to be stoned. And Christ said, he without sin cast the first stone. All of them dropped their stones because they could not condemn her, because they were all sinning. They were all committing adultery. They were all sleeping with someone else's woman. You understand? So now read that from the top again, K.R. and read it all the way through.
Come. It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 66 and verse 17. They that sanctify themselves and purify themselves in the gardens behind one tree in the midst, eating swine's flesh, and the abomination and the mouse shall be consumed together, saith the Most High.
You understand? That's now they would say do one thing and then they would do another. So go ahead and read that from the top again. Right where we at?
It's the book of John, chapter 18 and verse 35. Pilate answered, am I a Jew?
Pilate answered, am I a Jew? Like Pilate is saying, why are they bringing you before me to judge you against matters of the Jews? They supposed to solve the matter that they have with you amongst yourselves. Am I a Jew? Like, I don't know y'all laws. I don't know how y'all living. I ain't no Jew. Am I a Jew? Why you coming before me for? Am I a Jew? That's a rhetorical question, because Pilate was not a Jew. He was a Roman governor. You understand? So he was not a Jew. He was like, am I a Jew? No, I ain't no Jew. You shouldn't be getting judged by me. You should be getting judged by your own people. Go ahead.
Thine own nation and chief priests have delivered thee unto me.
Your own nation and your chief priests. So now we ain't just talking about, one or two people. It's like the whole nation and the chief priests brought him before Pilate. Go ahead.
What hast thou done?
He's like, yo, man, your whole nation, your whole country, and the chief priests done brought you before me. What the hell did you do, nigga? Go ahead.
Verse 36. Yahushua answered, my kingdom is not of this world.
Yeah, he said, Christ said, my kingdom ain't of this world, man. You know what I'm saying? Because he was being accused of saying that the kingdom of God is at hand, meaning the kingdom is there's a kingdom coming that's gonna that they thought that they were saying that he was saying that the kingdom coming gonna overthrow the Roman government, and Christ was saying my kingdom ain't of this world. Go ahead.
If my kingdom were of this world, then would my servants fight.
Then would what?
Then would my servants fight.
Then would my servants kiss everybody.
Then would my servants fight.
Then would my servants lay hands and go,
then would my servants fight.
Then would my servants have crusade revivals.
Then would my servants fight.
Hey man, look here. Christ was never no traveling pastor like we see these Christians being today, man. Right. Christ was a warrior.
That's right.
You understand? He was a fighter. And he said if this was his kingdom, if he had to defend his kingdom because it was his, if it was his rulership, then his servants would be fighting. Meaning he was telling Pilate, I wouldn't be before you on my knees, man. Right. I would be killing you. You understand? Like I would be going to your anus, man. I would be getting it on with you and all of yours if this was my kingdom. This your kingdom, man. You understand? Go ahead.
Then would my servants fight, that I should not be delivered to the Jew.
That I what?
That I should not be delivered to the Jew.
That I should not be captured, man. You understand? That I should not be delivered to the Jews. You understand? My servants will fight. My army behind me would kill you all. They would fight.
What?
You understand? That's what Christ said. That's how gangster Christ was. Christ said, if this was my kingdom I was defending, then we'll just kill you.
What?
We'll just kill you all, man. And I wouldn't be delivered unto nobody. You understand? I wouldn't be in front of you, Pilate, on my knees. Delivered to you unto the Jews. I wouldn't be delivered unto the Jews if this was my kingdom. You understand? If this was my kingdom, my servants would fight, man. Go to Luke 19 and 20. Luke 19 and 20.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 19 and verse 20. And another came, saying, Lord, behold, here is thy pound, which I have kept laid up in a napkin. Verse 21. For I feared thee, because thou art an austere man.
This is a story that Christ was telling in the third person about himself. It's a hypothetical story, but Christ is telling it about himself, about servants that serve him well versus servants that don't serve him well. So Christ sets up a story. He says, he leaves these servants with a certain amount of money, and he leaves them a certain amount of money, and when he returns, he expects a return on his money plus some more, right? So he when he returns, he starts to get a collection from all the servants. All the servants starts to bring him his money. You know what I'm saying? And now we pick up with the story. And so one servant comes and says, I brought you your pound, because I'm gonna give you your money because austere means cold. Austere means rough. You know what I'm saying? You a cold and stern, rough, hardcore man. You know what I'm saying? So he said, I'm gonna give you your money because thou art an austere man. You a rough man. Go ahead.
For I fear thee, because thou art an austere man. Thou takest up that thou layest not down.
So you taking that up, which you didn't lay down. Like, you come and take, you take other people's stuff. Go ahead.
And reapest that thou didst not sow.
Now mind you, Christ is a nigga. So he's telling this story in the third person about himself. Like, just imagine if you got a brother that's talking to a bunch of other brothers. And he's telling a story in the third person about himself, about what he would do if he had some servants that was disloyal to him, like how he would treat them. So now he's saying that in the story, he's saying that he's describing this one servant as saying, I'm gonna give you your money because you a rough, hardcore man. And he's saying this about himself. It's like niggas speak in themselves in the third person. It's like an arrogant nigga always talk about himself in the third person all the time. Except for this is not an arrogant nigga. This is Christ. He's really about what he's saying. You know, he's not just being arrogant. He's very serious about what he's saying, and he's telling the story to give the disciples and his servants an idea of, look, don't cross me because I'll kill you. So go ahead.
Got the definition of austere?
Yeah, definition of austere. Go ahead.
This is the definition of austere: severe in manner or appearance, uncompromising, strict, forbidden.
Right. That's what austere means. Strict. You know what I'm saying? What it said, appearance, it said what in appearance?
So severe in manner.
Severe in manner, meaning his actions are severe. Like, if he punishes you, it's going to be severe. Severe in manner. Go ahead.
Verse 22. And he saith unto him, out of thine own mouth will I judge thee.
And we got to take this story from the beginning, man, because the story is going that the other people gave him, the money that he's supposed to give him. But this one servant said, look, I only got £1, but he owed him 10. You understand? So when he gave him the £1, his soldier, so to speak, goes and shakes him down and finds the other money. Finds the money and say, look, Lord, he does have the 10 pounds. And so he comes and says, look, I'm going to give you the money. I'm going to give you your pound because you are austere man. And it sort of picks up the story right here. And he says, you lay down what you didn't pick up. And then Christ says, out of your own mouth, we'll read it again from verse 21.
Verse 21, for I fear thee, because thou art an austere man. Thou takest up that thou layest not down, and reapest that thou didst not sow. Verse 22, and he saith unto him, out of thine own mouth will I judge thee.
So Christ says, out of your own mouth, since I take what ain't mine, since I reap what I didn't sow, since you said it, I'm gonna judge you from off of what you said. So go ahead.
Thou wicked servant.
Thou wicked servant that you stole from me. You know what I'm saying? I had to come shake you down to get the rest of my money. Go ahead.
Thou knewest that I was an austere man.
You knew I was an austere man. You knew I was severe in manner. Go ahead.
Taking up that I laid not down, and reaping that I did not sow. Verse 23. Wherefore then gavest not thou my money?
Wherefore, nigga? Why you didn't give me my money? You know what I'm saying? Christ was a gangster, man. Christ is talking about himself in the third person. He's telling this dude, you know I'm an austere man. You know I'm taking what's not mine. I'm reaping what I'm not planting. So why didn't you give me my money? Go ahead.
Wherefore then gavest not thou my money into the bank, that at my coming I might have required my own with usury.
Meaning he said, why didn't you give me my money so I can pay for my own stuff, so I can buy my own clothes, so I can use it how I want to use it. Go ahead.
Verse 24, and he said unto them that stood by, take from him the pound, and give it to him that have 10 pounds. Verse 25, and they said unto him, out of one, he have 10 pounds.
That's it. That's the part. They go. He said, take from him the 1 pound that he's giving me and give it to the one that had 10 pounds, because the one that had 10 pounds had multiplied what I gave him. So they go to get the 10. They go to get the 1 pound, and they shake him down, and they say, hold up, sir. He have the 10 pounds that he owes you. Go ahead.
Verse 26, for I say unto you, that unto every one which have shall be given, and from him that hath not, even that he have shall be taken away from him.
So he said, for everyone that have, it shall be given. Like if I give to you and you multiply, then I'm gonna give you more. But to the ones that have and don't multiply, I ain't gonna give you nothing. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Verse 27, but those mine enemies.
But what?
But those mine enemies.
Now this wicked servant has become his enemy. So he said, those my enemies, go ahead.
Which would not that I should reign over them.
That which would not that I would reign over them, meaning he didn't, that wicked servant didn't want him to reign over him because he didn't do what he said. And he tried to steal from him. He didn't want him to reign over him. Go ahead.
Bring hither. And slay them before me.
And do what?
And slay them before me.
And lay hands on them.
And slay them before me.
Christ said, bring them hither and kill them. Right before me. You understand? And he's telling this story to tell other people, like, don't cross me, because I'll have my men kill you. You understand? I'll have you killed. You understand? And with that, hey man, look. That's you know what I'm saying? I always love that story about how Christ told that story, because it's a stone cold story about his whole demeanor and how, you know, he was telling a story about himself in the third person, and it's almost confusing because it's like he starts by telling the story about 10 servants that were serving their master, but he's talking about himself, and he's saying about how he gives each one of them a different task, and they're responsible for multiplying what he's giving them. But this one servant didn't multiply. He actually only brought him back what he gave him. But when he finally went to him, he found out that he did multiply. He did have the 10 pounds. And he said, hey, yo, all them that's with him, that wish that I don't reign over them, that didn't do what I say, he said, bring them before me and slay them before me. You understand? Because Christ wasn't soft. Right. And he wasn't portraying himself as a soft man. Right. He was letting everybody know that I'm not soft. Don't cross me or I'll kill you. I'll have your head chopped off and I'll look at it roll on the floor. You understand? With that, clap it up. Pass the class over to preaching officer. How are you?
It's the ISUPK security announcement. We are the ISUPK under Commander General Yohan. Started out at 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to share themselves of the word. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After the 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3:8-10 means 10th in the Hebrew. Mayasharah, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocation.
Upcoming holy convocation is September the 6th at sundown. It's the memorial blowing the trumpets. And as we get closer, you can find this in Leviticus, the 23rd chapter, verses 24 and 25. As we come closer to this time of this particular feast, we'll give more information about it. But it will be held here and at the school, and so that's the next high holy day.
If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black, boot, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. And with that, Ahmad, which means everybody stand in the heat. Wapanya Akadam, which means everybody face the east. We'll say the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanah, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodah, Ayah, Shemka, Yahweh, Malakufka, Aba'ah, Ratzaka, Ayah, Aisha, Ba'aratza, Kawah, Ayah, Bashemayim, Nathalanau, Lakom, Kab, Yawam, Wasalatlanau, Kabawaf now, Tasalat now, Kabawaf now, Wala'ah, Tabyah now, Banasayawon, Abal, Abashai now, Mayan, Ra, Kaya, Lakah, Amalaka, Wa'ala, Wa'atapara, La'alamna, Aman.
In English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth. As it is in heaven. Give us this day. Our daily bread. And forgive us our debts. As we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation. But deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom. And the power. And the glory. Forever. So be.
Saw, which means to turn. Sisters Yeshua, which means be seated. Men of Israel saw, men of Israel, which means turn. Men of Israel, good one courtesy salute to the teacher. Men of Israel, Man Shabbat, Amadi, Barak, Yahweh Shem Yahshabakatah. Saw, sisters Amadi, which means stand. Men of Israel give one courtesy salute to the sister. Men of Israel, Man Shabbat, Amadi, Barak, Yahweh Shem Yahshabakatah. Yahweh Matah, class is dismissed.